Hey guys, Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Welcome back to another week of cards. So, not last week, but the week before, I asked you guys what you wanted to see for the following week. Critters or florals, and a lot of you said florals, a lot of you said critters, and then Paper Pumpkin ended up being a floral, so I feel like I covered florals last week. So this week we are going to focus on critter cards, and more specifically, I'm probably going to be making happy birthday cards because I have depleted my stash. Speaking of happy birthday, don't forget that you have until Friday to purchase the perennial birthday kit and stamp set using the hostess code, the special hostess code, to get an exclusive class. It's basically you're going to get 4 free projects, which will include full color pictures, instructions, supply list, and videos. That will be exclusive to those of you who purchase that kit. So you have until Friday. Make sure that you do the stamp set and the kit using the hostess code, and then add in something small from the clearance item or something like that. That way you can get your free celebration item. And that's the other part of the spiel. Don't forget, celebration ends on Friday, right? The 31st is on Friday? Yes, yes, yes. No, the 31st is on Saturday. It ends on Saturday, March 31st. Misty, brain, oh my gosh. So make sure if there's anything on the celebrations list that you're interested in, that you get your orders in. That's the last day. Also, if you're looking to sign up for the 2 free stamp set promotion for your starter kit, you want to do that before Saturday because there's a mad dash at the end of the week. If you have any questions, let me know. I can text you, you can text me, etc. Okay, let's get to the cards. So today I'm using this pretty kitty kit. How cute is this? I'm so excited. I am going to be using a mix of critters that we've had in the catalog, like last year, Pretty Kitty, and was in last year's annual catalog. And then I'm also going to be using, ones that are also in the adhesions, etc. So I'm going to mix it up. So for today's card, I'm going to be using this little kitty in the plant, and then Hope Your Birthday Is Just Like You. And I'm going to be using some of the paper from the Bubbles and Fizz Designer Series paper. This is one of the papers that you can choose when you sign up, when you purchase $50 or more. I'm out of practice, guys. I'm so sorry. You'll have to forgive me. So I am using the heart pattern and the scroll pattern. So the heart is 3 by 3 and the scroll is 3 by 4. Don't forget that you can head over to the coordinating blog post, which is linked down below, and you can print the recipe that'll have the measurements, supply list, a picture, etc. So this is probably not a common color scheme for some people, but I really love the 3 of these colors together. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I have an elegant eggplant card base that measures 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it at 5 1/2, and I've inserted a 4 by 5 1/4 inch card layer. I'm gonna have to slow down or we're gonna be here all day. Like I said, my Designer Series paper labels are, my Designer Series paper layers are 3 by 4 and then 3 by 3, and then my cardstock layers are just a 1/4 inch bigger. So, but first, let me go ahead and stamp because I'm using archival ink because I'm going to be either watercoloring with my Wink of Stella or I'm going to be using my blender pen. I don't know which, but it takes a minute for our archival inks to dry. Both of our inks, basic black and basic gray, are archival, which means they are waterproof. It is about to be April, which is my birthday month, and I turn 40 on the 29th, and I really don't know how I feel about it. Seriously. It's like, how am I old enough to be 40? It doesn't, like, I don't know. Every year I'm like, how is this even possible? So let's go ahead and adhere our layers. I'm just using our Tombow liquid glue. Your favorite adhesive will do. It's up to you. Oh, listen to me rhyming. If you're in, why am I am I laughing like that? I don't laugh like that normally. Do I? I don't know. And before I forget, I've also listed a bunch of new stickers. So that's the Planning with the Elf. You can click on that link at the end of the video on the end screen. Look at that. I love these two colors together. You guys know I'm not afraid to color, clearly. Today I am wearing a neutral, but it's like, oh, look, I'm wearing a navy shirt and I'm making navy on my card. So there you go. So as for these, I'm going to adhere the largest layer directly. And I want it over to the right, just a tad. Let me make sure that's straight. You guys know me, that's why I've started using liquid glue, because I cannot get it straight. So with the Tombow, it is a multi-purpose glue, and so if you attach it when the glue is wet, it becomes a permanent adhesive. If you attach it when the glue is dry or it turns clear, then it becomes a removable adhesive. So I'm going to cheat and use all of these dimensionals that I have left over from my paper pumpkin kit, but any dimensionals will do. I think 5 will do me. All right, Chris, I'm about to pull off the backers. She likes the sound of that. My nails are long. It's been a few weeks since I've had a manicure, so they're getting a little... And I know someone said I could use scissors, but I can't be bothered. Ain't nobody got time for that. I kid. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's add this. Right. Oh. All right, let's get this added right here. How are we doing? That looks pretty good. And now I'm gonna bring in my markers and a stamping block. So I'm gonna color the kitty gray for my Roxy kitty. I'm gonna color the pot probably coral or navy. And then we'll have some purple flowers. So you could use the inside of your ink pad. I just went ahead and pulled the 4 markers because that's a bit easier than trying to pull out ink pads, burp them, those kinds of things. So now I am not using watercolor paper. So if you're gonna watercolor, you're either you're going to want to use watercolor paper, or you're gonna want to use not very much water. So I'm actually gonna use a blender pen. I haven't used my blender pen in forever. So this is basic gray ink marker. Let me zoom you in so you can see better. There we go. So I'm just picking it up. You're gonna wanna make sure that it is free of color. And the way I do that, I just run it on my thing. She's gonna look like my little Roxy kitty who is asleep. Did you guys see her new home? I gave her a little cubby in my Expedite unit because she loves to be close to Mama. And she has started taking interest in this Expedite unit. And I thought, oh, if I give her a spot, maybe, just maybe. Let's do Let's do the pot in navy. So I'm not really doing any particular shading. I'm just pulling color, the darkest color from the sides to the center. And you'll see that the end of my, You'll see that the end of my blender pen is stained. It doesn't affect the color at all. It's just stained from ink. So if that bothers you, you'll want to get a new one. But like I said, for me, it doesn't really bother me. Okay, that's all I'm going to add to that because I don't want any peeling of the cardstock. So I'm going to wipe off my pen again. You just wipe it till it runs clear. And then I'm going to work just a little bit of coral into her ears. Her little noses. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going to color some of the flowers. And you could use the blends if you have them. They are currently on back order. People were really excited once they saw that how really good they are. So they are on back order, but they'll be back soon. So if you're interested in them, but you could also use just the Stampin' Write markers if you wanted a different look. It really just depends on the look that you want. I wanted a softer look, and the best way to do that is either watercolor or use a blender pen, or you could use the watercolor pencils as well, but I didn't want to. I'm gonna need a green. I didn't even think about that. We've been hesitant to get flowers because of Roxy. She normally wouldn't, like, we don't think she would mess with that, but we don't know for sure. And I know that lilies are that's what's the word I'm looking for, deadly to cats. So we've definitely, and I love Stargazer lilies. They are so pretty, but I love my little kitty cat toes more. But yeah, we drove by a Walmart yesterday. Was that yesterday? Saturday, when we went to do our grocery shopping, and they had all of their plants out, and I was like, oh my gosh. We were hoping that we could redo our herb garden. We had a tornado a few years ago, you guys may remember that, and one of our pots was damaged in the tornado. And then the other, I forgot her tell, the other ones they were plastic and they don't look great. So we talked about getting new ones, and we just haven't been able to do that because of financial issues. So not this year, but hopefully next year. I want to have some hooks, hang some hooks on our fence and do some hanging baskets. Like, I just want to turn my backyard into a floral oasis at some point in my life. Not that I have a green thumb. If anything, I have a black thumb. Rob and I managed to keep some herbs alive, but I think that's because herbs are kind of like weeds. The only one, I mean, like basil, oh my word. If you ever want to plant basil, plant one basil plant. Don't plant more than that, because honestly, that is the plant that keeps on giving. It just blooms and blooms and blooms and blooms and blooms and blooms and blooms. Okay, I am done with the coloring. So let me bring in a punch. I went the 2 and the 2 1/4 inch, I think. Let's see if it fits in a 2 inch. This may not be big enough. Nope, so we'll do the 2 1/4. that's almost not big enough either. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in a punch that's no longer available, but you could use there's a 2.5 inch circle in the layering circle framelits, or you could use the stitched shape framelits to cut out a circle. I'm cheating. This is the 2.5 inch circle punch. Normally I sell all of my retired stuff. This is the one retired item that I never got rid of. And that's because I love circle punches. Like I love, 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 love them. So I hope we get some more. Don't get me wrong, I love my framelits too. I mean, you guys have seen me use those stitch circle framelits to death, and it would not hurt my feelings if we got some more, like, you know, rectangles, stars, hearts, whatever. Bring all the stitching, bring all the stitching. All right, guys, we are just about done with this card. I'm gonna put it on with some more dimensionals. One more to grow on. You're not missing anything. I'm just removing the backs of the I'm just removing the backs of the dimensionals. All right, guys, thanks so much. That's the card. Look how cute. I love it. Now, if I were to remake this, I would probably go ahead and punch or die cut a purple circle or even another blue one to kind of go around this, but I feel like there's a lot of color behind it and I want that to stick out more. So I really love that the white really pops against the color behind it. So let me know in the comments what you think of this color combo. Is it one you love, one you hate? Would you have ever thought about putting these 3 colors together? Let me know. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Like I mentioned, don't forget to head over to the blog. You'll find all the links to supplies, the recipe, bigger pictures. That's where you'll also find the pinned post that talks about the perennial birthday class, links to sign up for Paper Pumpkin, become a demonstrator. All the things are over at the blog. So thanks, guys. I will see you tomorrow for another card. Bye for now.